Go. Look at that. Say hello.
Hello.
Look at all that. How cool.
That code was awesome.
You're trying to head up. Cool. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Cool picture.
Cool picture.
I'm Mom. I'm in the room too. I'm Mallory. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.
So you want to start with your
yeah,
questions?
How old were you when you first started handling snakes?
That's a good question. I mean, as a kid, I would find them. We just weren't allowed to keep them.
That would be like me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I want to say probably like 9 or 10, something like that.
I was like, how old when I first handled Ireland?
Well, it doesn't count when it's a pet, but you were probably 6 when we had Iris.
Oh, okay.
We had a leucistic rainbow boa who was a rescue and is no longer with us, but
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a leucistic one. That's pretty interesting.
Blue-eyed, yeah, gorgeous. Of course, I think rainbow boas are beautiful in their rainbow boa-ness, so why make the color go away? But
when did you get started with venomous snakes?
Well, that I know. I was I got my first permit when I was 25. So legally, that would be the answer. I mean, I've had some before that, but I mean, to have them legally, I was 25.
What's the worst place you've been bitten?
What's the worst what?
Place you've been bitten.
Wow. I mean, I've had some pretty bad bites, but all of my bites have pretty much been on my hands and stuff like that because I work with them. So
yeah,
my worst bite was on my right hand from an eastern diamondback.
ooh, I think I saw a news article about that.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
That one I was not able to hide from the media.
Why do you always wear flip-flops in your videos?
There's a distinct difference. The Chandler wears boots.
Can you say the question again? I didn't hear some of it.
Well, why do you always wear flip-flops in your videos?
Oh, because that's what I'm wearing that day. I don't change my shoes for videos. I'm pretty much always wearing flip-flops.
Like me. It's a Florida thing.
You're wearing flip-flops right now.
Exactly. And it's like 40 degrees outside up here. So yeah. And I'm in my flops. We noticed that was a big difference. Why is he wearing flip-flops? Because he's like, Chandler wears boots. And I said, well, ask him. Why not?
Well, Chandler's a little smarter than I am. But out of all my bites, I've never been bit on the foot. So I think my feet are pretty safe. And I've dropped cobras right on my feet, and they try to get away. They don't take the time to bite me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think you're skipping around, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh, that was good about medicines.
Oh, yeah. I know venom is used in medicines, drug from copperhead venom, and heart medicines from
dusky pygmies, right?
Dusky pygmy rattlesnakes. So
And saw-scaled.
Saw-scaled vipers. What other kinds of medicines do you think venom could be used to create, or
keep
do
going.
you view venom itself as medicine?
They're looking at doing a lot with venom. I mean, right now, I'm selling to a pharmacy that makes a pain medication out of cobra
Cool.
venom. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
there's a lot of different. Last I knew, there was around 360 different medications. I don't know them all, but there was about 360 medications that had some fraction of snake venom in it. You know,
Wow.
some component of venom.
Yeah.
They fractionalize the venom and use that particular fraction to do whatever they're looking to do, and the rest of it gets discarded. But there's a lot of medications, and they're doing a lot of research for different viral issues, and never know what they're going to use it for. They've looked at it to try and create a cure for cancer. They haven't done it yet, but they're researching that.
I know there's the copperhead venom one.
Yeah.
It's for a breast cancer drug. I remember seeing that. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that they're using it for and looking to use it for.
Oh, cool. What is your favorite native Florida snake?
Coral snake.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite.
Haven't I seen one before?
No, you've seen a scarlet snake.
Yeah.
They
look similar, but their
yeah.
colors are in different order.
Yeah. I've been 30
You know how to
years.
tell a coral snake when you see it?
Remember? They have a
I'll
black
give you a
nose.
hint. Think of a traffic light. I know you don't drive yet, but think of a traffic light. What two lights are next to each other? The caution and the stoplight. What are those two colors?
They go yellow, red, stop. Right?
Red, yellow, stop.
Nope, yellow, red.
Yellow,
stop.
red, stop.
Exactly. If the red and yellow are touching, then it's a coral snake in the United States. Now that rule doesn't hold true in South America in some areas, but
yeah, maybe I should look for that.
Yeah, no, there's so many types of coral snakes, buddy, but ours have a black nose.
I know of at least 70.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty wild. Some of the patterns too.
Yeah.
My dad and grandpa are terrified of snakes. What's the best way to handle people who are scared of even non-venomous snakes?
I've always found that the best thing for me to do is just respect their fears. You know, if they're willing to overcome their fear, you know, I don't mind working with somebody that's willing to overcome it. But most people I run into when they're afraid of snakes, they're just afraid of snakes, and there's not much you can do to change their mind on that. But if they're willing to, you can, you know, use a non-venomous snake and, you know, let them get used to it at their own pace. But I try never to force snakes on people. There's a lot of people in my family that are deathly afraid of snakes. My girlfriend's afraid of snakes. My own girlfriend is scared to death of snakes.
She must love your job, huh?
Yeah, she's a real big fan.
Yeah, my husband is terrified.
Yeah.
And my father too. But I always grew up just loving them.
Yeah.
And then of course, you know, I don't teach fear. So, you know, we teach respect. And so, you know, none of them are ophidiophobes, but man, Daddy and Grandpa are rough.
Cameron's scared of spiders, so Cameron sort of has arachnophobia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's scared of spiders. She does not like spiders. What is the most common
What does that say? I can't read the writing.
Yeah.
Misperception.
about snakes in your opinion?
I would say that the misconception that snakes are out to get you, that they're aggressive and chase you down and stuff, and none of that's true. They want to just be left alone. And
yeah, most snakes are scared of you than more people are scared of the snake.
They're defensive. Yeah.
They're not
true.
aggressive.
Yeah, snakes are definitely more afraid of people than most people are of them.
Yeah, because like we're giants to them.
Yeah, they don't want to take us on.
and they can't eat us. Although I heard of a python.
Well, that's a little different.
Yeah.
But in general, they're not going to waste their venom
Yeah.
on something.
Even
too
the
big to
python thing is very, very, very rare. I mean, there's less than a handful of documented cases. It's extremely rare that even a python would eat a human.
I've only heard of one, which was a python, but
Yeah.
it was a pet, and it, yeah.
Okay, well, we don't have any.
It has happened, but it's very, very rare.
Yeah.
And you're right, snakes, we're not on their menu.
Yeah.
So they don't try to eat us. They'd rather be just left alone.
Well, and what did Papa John tell you yesterday? Oh, cottonmouths, they'll chase you. I've seen them do it. My father. Like, no, you haven't. That's.
No, I've never been chased by cottonmouths. We have the Everglades right in our backyard here, and I go out and find a lot of cottonmouths.
Yeah, we had one.
Never been chased by one yet.
And we had one next door, and I was talking to my friend who is next door, and then they're like, my friend's mom screaming snake, and I'm like, oh, that's an opportunity to see a snake. And then she recognizes what snake it was, and it was a cottonmouth. And then I'm like, Mom, can I go over there and see the cottonmouth? And she's like, no. And I'm like, I'm like, you don't think I can handle a cottonmouth?
Yeah, he was 6. I was like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you're not about to handle a cottonmouth. Have a seat.
No, I hope you never pick up a cottonmouth. I mean, honestly, you shouldn't pick up any snake unless you have a parent, an adult with you. And
Mom says I can pick up non-venomous snakes.
Yeah, but I need to be there to identify them.
Yeah.
Because we only have.
I do know how to tell the difference from a cottonmouth, because if they open their mouth, you know.
Yeah, but
what if they don't open their mouth though, and you go to pick it up and find out that it's a cottonmouth the hard way?
What if they don't go, ah?
Hey, you like my teeth? I went to the dentist.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't always expose the inside of their mouth.
Okay, another question. How many snakes do you currently have, and what kind?
Oh, many different ones. Right now, about 300. Most of them are cobras, but it depends on what venom projects I'm working on. But mostly cobras, different types of cobras.
Do you have any monocle cobras?
That's mostly what I have the most monocle cobras, followed by Indian cobras and a couple king cobras.
Ooh.
But monocle's the one that I'm doing the most work with right now.
Yeah, so we watch your videos, Chandler's wildlife, Tyler Nolan tattoos. Yeah, we watch.
Follow Tom Crutchfield on Facebook.
Yeah.
Follow your page. Lots of social media fandom happening.
Snake lovers, yeah.
Well, I know you know Chandler. He's a really good guy. I've known him since I think he was 17 years old when I met him.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and he takes very good care of his animals. I'm very proud to say that he's a friend of mine, and Tyler is too. I gave Tyler a couple spitting cobras a few weeks ago, and so that was the first time I've been to his house. But I've known Tyler for a while. In fact, my king cobra is the one that bit his finger.
Yeah,
we saw you in his video about that.
Yeah, Tyler got bitten by king cobra. Naga.
Yeah, he knows.
So
he was there. He was in the video. Remember?
Would you ever do longer videos? Would you give me a shout out in one?
Yeah, I will.
Yay!
I will.
Cool.
I don't do a lot of videos. It's usually when somebody's visiting, when I'm extracting venom. And sometimes they'll take a video and send it to me, and then it ends up on YouTube or whatever. But I definitely will.
So you could ask that one.
Oh, okay. Is your place open to visitors?
No, unfortunately, it's not. I mean, I do some work out at Tom Crutchfield's place, and he's fine with visitors coming by there. So, I mean, if you were to happen to be, I don't know what state you live in, but if you happen to be in South Florida, I extract venom there every 2 weeks, and I'd love to have you visit there if you wanted to.
No, we're in North Florida, but we're right outside of Jacksonville. So not.
Oh, okay. That's a long drive.
Yeah.
That's about probably a 5-hour drive, I'm guessing.
Add in the Little Sisters, and it's a longer trip.
But if you're ever down this way, I'm sure you have my phone number. If not, I'll give it to your mom, and just call and see. I'm sure that I can arrange something for you.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not sure if my dad will let you bring snakes here. But
no, we could visit. It'd be a mother-son trip.
Yeah, it would kind of have to be you coming down here.
Yeah.
I really can't bring them to other places. I have to kind of keep them at my licensed facility.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad wouldn't like King Cobras.
Well,
and, yeah.
Daddy.
They don't travel well anyway. They don't like car rides.
That one.
What other animals are you interested in?
Well, I love animals. I mean, I love all animals really, but I've always liked sharks. I like alligators.
Yeah, sharks are awesome.
You want to show me?
Yeah.
Tooth?
Oh yeah. You excited to see this?
He doesn't know what it is yet. Hold on.
Oh wow. Where'd you get that? Did you find that?
No.
There's a guy, Bill, oh gosh, now I'm not gonna remember his name. Engelman, I think. He
I don't think that's his name.
owns megateeth.com, but he's a diver.
Yeah.
And right outside of Savannah.
He finds megalodon teeth.
Yeah, so that was one of his, I think probably his favorite Christmas present this year.
That's funny that you have that, because I was at Tom Crutchfield's last Saturday extracting venom over there, and his grandkids live with him right now, and somebody had sent both his grandkids the megalodon tooth just like that.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah, they just got that. I told them they should, put those in a safe place, because they're a little more rare now. They're harder to come by, and they're really cool to have.
Yeah, and that one,
is it 3-incher?
No, it's like 3.5 total, but it was estimated at 3 to 5 million years old was what the paperwork said. So nice guy. It was pretty cool.
It's a good reason to keep it. Take really good care of it. And don't lose it, or bring it somewhere where you could drop it and break it or whatever.
Right, fossils.
That's something you really want to hold on to.
But yeah, I'm a really big shark fan. I've watched the Meg, Jaws, every Jaws, I'm pretty sure, and
any of that are worth watching, and a few that weren't worth watching.
Yeah.
Once it got past.
Chris Gillette? Do you know Chris Gillette?
Gator Boys. Remember Chris with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
He took a lot of the photos that I have of me with the cobras and stuff, but he also does a lot of diving with sharks. He does underwater photography. He has some amazing photos of sharks.
I'm excited to see them.
You should go on his website and check it out. It's chrisgillette.com.
I'll check that out. I'll put that in right now before I forget.
But yeah, I'm a really big animal fan. I love snakes, alligators, sharks, like.
That's good.
Um.
That's really good that you like all those animals.
Yeah, I've never. Have I dealt with like a wild, not venomous snake or?
No.
Yeah.
Well, when you were about 10 months old, I caught a little ringneck at Papa John's house. And even that was too much for him. And he was like, don't put that by the baby.
It's like, if I was right now, I'd be like,
what? You know, it was about 4.5, 5 inches long. And it was, you know, Papa John's
Wow, that's so cool.
6'4" and terrified, but phobias. My dad actually had, I'm originally from Ocala, and
South Carolina.
That's where you were born. Yeah. My dad was bitten by a black racer, but they didn't know it at the time.
In his life.
And growing up there, Ross Allen was there at Silver Springs. And so their maid called both of his parents and couldn't reach them. It was lunchtime. Takes off running down the road with my father. Like, as my dad tells the story, his feet were barely touching the ground because she was just dragging him in the air. And my grandfather had gotten the message that he'd been snake bit and hauled booty to get home, and they take him to the hospital. He squeezed it. His logic was brilliant, right? He was about 5. It bit him, so he squeezed it, so it bit him again, so he squeezed it harder, so it bit him again. Just like, at some point, let this thing go. Well, they get to the hospital, and then they're like, well, we'll call Ross. So my father thinks, he's like, I'm like certain I'm dying at any second. And then Ross walks in and
go put a Band-Aid on.
Ross walks in and goes, it's non-venomous, and walks out. And that was all it. He was just like, since then he's just been terrified of them. So, that one.
Tell me something else.
Let me put that.
Interested in.
Can you speak in like a normal voice?
Tell me something else you're interested, please.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand that. Say that one more time.
Tell me something else you're interested in, please.
Oh, I like diving. I do a lot. I don't now, but I used to do a lot of diving. That's probably one of my favorite hobbies is to dive.
Yeah, that sounds actually really fun. I've never done it before, but I've been to the beach a couple times though.
Yeah, we found some sharks.
Yeah, but like they're like that big.
They were pretty sad. Once we saw a meg tooth, we were like, man, these were little sad little shark teeth we found.
I was like, I hope we were to find like a tiger shark tooth, but apparently not. Tiger shark, great white, and I would have been happy. But
I've never found a great white shark tooth, but that would be very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have an arrowhead necklace, by the way. An arrowhead, a black one, like that big.
Yeah, I don't let you wear that often.
Because if I fall,
I'm like, if you were running. Typical mom response.
I've seen people get hurt with just shark tooth necklaces.
Mm-hmm.
It can be driven right into your skin. Their teeth are very sharp, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a pretty cool necklace. It looks really cool.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's just like wear it when you're sitting down.
I even wear it to your house, but might be if I ever go.
Well, I'm sure we can at some point figure something out.
Yeah,
that's the
I
beauty
really want to because I want to see you milk a snake.
Extract venom.
Extract venom.
They don't have nipples. You don't milk them. Remember, it's a common term that needs to go. All right. How about that last one?
Tell me about what Jesus means to you.
What Jesus means to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a really good question. I appreciate you asking that. Well, he means everything to me. Honestly, he's my everything. I'm very proud to be a Christian and sometimes struggle to be one, but thankfully God is merciful, and because of what Jesus did on the cross, my sins are forgiven, and so are yours.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
To answer your question, he means everything to me. Everything.
Is there any? No.
Well, you skipped over some more.
Wait, really?
I think you did. Let's see. Maybe not.
Well, I didn't think.
Well, I think we know how he got the nickname Cobraman. I think he answered that through some of the other questions,
Yeah.
but what else?
That's a good question. When you were diving, did you see any sharks?
Oh yeah, I used to dive around sharks a lot. They're very fun to dive with. I mean, because they're so peaceful. They don't mess with you, and
yeah, like honestly, the only thing that makes them wanna like attack is you. If you make them mad.
Yeah, it's how you act in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And besides,
it's like that with gators too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, most times if it's some sort of species, like I would say, let's just say tiger shark, and those are a good bit aggressive sometimes. And you're like waving and like doing this, and in the water and splashing around, that'll attract them. Chum in that.
Yeah, splashing around, and they also sense electromagnetic waves. So if you're in distress or you're like having a hard time in the water, maybe swimming or whatever, your body gives off electromagnetic waves that a shark can pick up. They say almost a quarter of a mile away. So that's a long way.
They can smell blood from a mile away.
Yeah, they have a keen sense of smell for blood.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
They're fun to swim with, though. You just got to be careful.
Yeah. Like at least you probably at least be able to like heard of at least 10 species of sharks, and then you're good to dive.
You think that's the cutoff for you're good to dive with sharks is knowing 10?
And you gotta know and you gotta know about them.
Okay. Musings of an 8-year-old. Okay. What's tonic immobility? Boom. Do you know that? If you flip them upside down, what happens?
They
go night-night. Remember?
Well, Chris Gillette works with alligators a lot too, more so than he does with sharks. So when you go visit his website, you're going to see a lot of pictures of him with the alligators he works with. He feeds them, he hand feeds them. He's really good. He swims with them. I mean, his photography is amazing.
I've got it pulled up on my phone.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. Ooh, Lachesis. Look at that bushmaster. That's
Bushmaster.
Okay.
That was actually not Tom's.
That's cool. Yeah, we'll have to check that out later. Oh, jumping spider.
Costa Rica.
Lots of fun stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to Costa Rica a few times a year, I think.
What places do you travel to?
Would you believe I have never left the United States ever?
Really?
I've never left the United States. I don't even have a passport to leave the United States. I keep saying I'm going to get one and do some traveling, but I'm so caught up with my work that I just haven't done it.
We're going to go on some field trips soon, right?
Well, I don't know that we need passports for those, dude, but yeah.
Yeah, we have field trips planned.
Plus, mommy's passport is long expired.
Really?
Yeah. Mommy and daddy got married.
Places I would like to go. I'd love to go to Jerusalem. I'd like to go to India. There's a few places in the world I'd love to go to.
You might see a mongoose.
Yeah.
Or mongoose. Whatever.
Yeah.
You definitely see a lot of cobras over there.
Definitely.
Yeah. I heard don't they attack Indian cobras?
No, I mean, everything's just out to defend itself. And
Basically.
if you watch, remember some of his videos, even where if he doesn't have a great grab, it's okay because they're still trying to get away from him the whole time. That's what snakes do.
This cobra's like this. You grab it from behind, but because it's smart, it is because they'll focus on your hand, not what's behind them.
That's probably not the safest way to do it, but it's one of the quicker ways for me.
Yeah, I see you do it in a lot of your videos. But.
I learned a few bad habits from working with a gentleman named Bill Haas. He used to own Miami Serpentarium.
We read about him yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah. He did that on a regular basis. He would free catch cobras on a regular basis.
Yeah, he lived to be 100 in a couple months.
And 172 bites.
You're off by one.
Oh.
It's 173.
Oh. At least we're not overestimating.
He lived to be 106 months old, almost exactly 106 months old. And yeah, he had 173 bites.
Wild. Ophelia has none. She's 100 and his great grandma will be 107 in May.
Oh wow. But
no bites. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think Bill would be, if he were still alive now, I think he'd be 111 if he were alive.
What if we actually find her in maybe if we typed in the 10 top oldest people?
She's not on that list yet. I don't think.
No, yeah, I feel like she could at least be in 8, maybe. Yeah. I feel like she could be on that list.
If it's a long version of everybody over 100, maybe, but I don't think she's that old. What about so remember we talked about what Bill Haas did with venom?
Oh yeah.
He self-injected.
Have you self-injected yourself with venom?
Inoculate.
Yeah, I've been doing it since 1991. So I've been doing it for 30 years.
Wow.
Actually, it is 30 years now that
I guess so.
Yeah. I don't use as many venoms. Bill used 32 different venoms. I only use 9 venoms. But yeah, I've been in self-immunizing since 1991.
Venoms?
What venoms?
Tell us more.
5 of them are different cobras. Coral snake, 2 different mambas.
Oh, green mamba and black mamba, or are they?
I'm sorry?
Or is it green mamba and a black mamba, or is it 2 black
mamba? I use black mamba and West African green mamba. And there's 2 other types of green mambas, but I don't use their venom because it's very similar to the Veritas that I use, the
green
West African.
Mambas are so pretty looking. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, they are very pretty.
The green ones?
I think they're all pretty. But yeah, the green, their scales are.
Yeah, the West African green where their scales turn yellow towards their tail. I think they're beautiful. Black mambas, not so much. I mean, that's they're kind of dull looking to me.
Doesn't it the 2 colors on my shirt, green and yellow?
Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, that is kind of.
I'm a green mamba.
So you said.
You got right colors.
Tie-dye.
You said 5 cobras, 2.
Yeah, 5 cobras. Let me see if I can remember. 5 cobras, eastern coral snake, 2 different mambas, boom sling.
Oh, cool.
I'm missing 1 venom. I'm not sure what I'm missing. I'm missing the 5th one.
Boom slings are so cool looking too.
Really?
Yeah, you've seen them on this. What is the show where it's I can't remember.
They're similar to the mambas, the way they act.
Very
believe it or not, boom sling venom is the most toxic of all the venoms out of Africa. So drop for drop, boom sling venom is more toxic than even black mamba venom. Drop for drop.
Is it? I thought taipans were the.
Well, that's not.
Yeah, but we don't have taipans in Africa. Unless somebody brings one there, but I'm talking about the snakes that are indigenous to Africa.
Oh, I thought you
But
meant
yeah, the inland taipan is considered the most toxic drop for drop in the world. It's up there with the beaked sea snake, which is also from Australia.
Like banded crates and stuff like that.
Yeah. Haven't I? No, I thought I caught one in Animal Crossing.
In Animal Crossing, I don't know.
A banded crate?
In a video game, but
I thought I did.
They're not in that game. No, it's just that's an eel that looks funky. I know it's strange, but
That was
So-
so abandoned.
all right. So of all those, what do they have in common? What type of snakes are they? They're not pit vipers, cobras, mambas.
Wait, not the Elapidae.
Oh, look at you! Yes, sir.
Correct family, yeah. With the exception of one of them, which one is not the Elapidae family? I'll give you a big hint. We just talked about it for a few minutes.
I'm trying to.
It's actually a rear fang snake. The fangs are in the back of the mouth.
Boom slang.
Exactly. Yep, that's that's in the Colorbidae family.
Oh, that's right. I forget that there's some of those that are venomous.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. All right. Anything else you want to ask him? Other than my standard question, how does your mother feel about this job?
She was actually okay about it. Both my mom and dad supported me
That's awesome.
going in this field. I think as the bite count started going up, it kind of got old to them very quickly.
Yeah.
My dad's passed away, but my mom's going to be 91 years old in a couple months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she knows I'm still doing it. She's not really thrilled that I'm still doing it. Because the Eastern Diamondback, pretty almost took me out, almost killed me.
Oh.
So she was kind of hoping that would be the end, but it
Right.
wasn't.
Do you think that was just due to, of yourself immunizing with mostly?
Yeah, I didn't use that.
Yeah, you think that's
I didn't
why?
use Eastern Diamondback venom back then, and I still don't. But yeah, it was a very large snake too, and it got a really good bite, and it didn't do a quick bite and release like you expect to see a rattlesnake do. It actually bit and held on, so I had to grab it and yank it off my hand.
So sounds like Tyler's bite from Naga, where he talks about having to.
It was very similar to that in that Naga hung on, but cobras tend to hang on where rattlesnakes don't typically hold on. They bite and inject venom and release very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that happening. Those are my favorite native venomous Okaboom vipers are my all-time favorite venomous snake. They're just so pretty, but
they're a large one is very impressive.
Yeah, Eastern Diamondbacks. We was it Snake Discovery Center? We haven't made it down there yet, but in DeLand.
Weren't we done go? I thought we did on your birthday.
No, we didn't. We were going to.
You're talking about Carl Barton's place?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You really should go there. I mean, he has a very nice setup there.
Is he?
Yeah, he has. I used to bring him a lot of rattlesnakes and coral snakes when I was getting a bunch from animal control. I used to get more than I wanted, so I'd bring them up to Carl.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we've watched a lot of his stuff and some other Coyote Peterson, another YouTuber, of course. He has done some stuff there, and
he used his blood with the snake venom under the microscope, and it just went.
It was pretty amazing, actually, to see.
Oh, really? You know what kind of venom it was?
I believe it was Western Diamondback.
I think he's done a couple. There was Western Diamondback, there was Eastern Diamondback.
Those two were in the same video.
Copperheads and Cottonmouths were
in a different video.
The Keystradons were their own, and like.
Did you see the one where they mixed blood with a Russell's viper venom and the blood turned into jello?
Yes, we did see that.
Yeah, that type of venom is what's called a procoagulant.
And
where
also,
most venoms are anticoagulant. They make you bleed more. A procoagulant, kind of coagulates your blood quickly, and that's what it did there. It turned it into jello.
Yeah, that was pretty wild to see. And
it would be a very painful way to die, I'm sure.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Jello
blood, yeah. Jello blood, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
No,
that wouldn't feel good pumping through.
Yeah, now you know what venom. Now, did not get bit by those. Or
thankfully we don't have them here. So
yeah,
if you don't play with Russell's vipers,
they're from India.
Russell viper.
All right, do you have anything else you wanted to ask?
What is your favorite? Not just in Florida, any snake ever. What is your favorite snake?
It would be a toss-up between the king cobra and Indian cobras. I love Indian cobras.
Indian cobras, those are the ones with like the circle.
That's a monocle cobra.
A monocle, yeah. Remember they have like the one, like
I don't know if I can make it come back up again, but this picture when I came on.
Yeah.
If I hit stop video, let me see if it does it. That's an Indian cobra.
Oh, I like that picture.
Yeah, that's
how many snakes venom is that? If you had to guess, I know that it's a different yield every time, but if you had to guess, looking at that picture, how many do you think you've gone through?
That's a little more than I can tell. That's a little more than half of what I did that day. I generally get like 8 grams in one milking, not one snake, but one day. So that looks like that's about probably 4 grams there of venom.
Cool. Yeah, I remember in watching the Eastern Diamondback, it just flooded the cup where at Reptile Discovery Center, like watching. I can't think.
There's actually a video somewhere on I obviously don't go to my own YouTube stuff, and I don't want to watch myself.
Well,
but there is a video on there that I took of. There's a video I took of Carl Barden extracting from a large Eastern Diamondback that I had just brought him that day, and if you find that video, the whole glass literally does turn yellow from the venom.
That's wild. Yeah.
And that doesn't happen a lot because you can see his face and his then assistant, a girl named Denise, who was his assistant back then. They both just kind of like smiled when that was a large venom yield.
Yeah. Even the one we saw, which was with the Coyote Peterson one, it was like a good amount, and it was noticeably and that's it. They're just so big. The biggest one I've ever seen was in South Carolina.
Oh God.
When I was 8+ months pregnant with you, actually. And there was it took up the entire road. The road we lived on, it both lanes. It took up the entire span of the road, and it was so thick. And so I got home and parked and ran back to look for it. And these guys were coming by in their truck, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm going to check out this snake." And they're like, "Go home." You're a pregnant lady in rural South Carolina running to find a snake, but it was huge.
Well, obviously you're pregnant with me because both of them were both.
Yeah, I know. I know where your sisters were born.
Oh, by the way, they were born here.
So, anything else you would like to ask? Well, we have a captive audience. Maybe we could ask if we think of anything else, if we could email. Of course,
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you're always welcome to write a list of any questions you come up with, and we can always do this again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. It was so nice to meet you.
It's been fabulous. We definitely appreciate your time. And
wait, actually, I do have one last
okay,
question.
go for it, dude.
Okay.
When is your next video going to happen?
You know, I never really know. I don't go there. I don't, go to work with the idea of making videos. It's just sometimes it happens, and sometimes they come out good, and sometimes they don't. I'm not as good at that stuff as Chandler and Tyler and Chris Gillette and everyone down. All those guys have very successful YouTube channels. So I mean, they actually make money off their videos. I make a little bit, but not as much as they do because I'm just starting out with that part of it.
Well,
I don't know when my next video is. It could be next time I extract. I don't know. It depends on who's there.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Is that everything? You want to look over your questions one last time? Okay. I think that's it, bud.
Have you talked to Chandler?
No, actually, but not sure how.
Have you reached out to talk to him at all, or have you tried?
We didn't see any contact info. You were easy to find. I was like, sweet, contact info is right here. But
I'm not sure how to react to talking to Chandler because when I did Coyote, I was in happy tears, literally.
Yeah, there is a Coyote Peterson did a varsity like online little chat thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna react to be talking to Chandler.
I'll
be just like.
I think you would do just fine. You did well talking to me. You had some good questions.
I would probably be like, push myself.
You'd be impersonating Chandler, talking to Chandler.
Chandler's a very lively guy. He makes everything interesting. That's why he does so well with his YouTube videos. I mean, he's fun to watch. I'm kind of boring to watch compared to Chandler.
I can't tell you how many times I've said good night and I get good night from him. He does the snake bite move.
Where did you get that? Is that something Chandler does?
It's a Chandler move. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
He's shaking the computer. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find contact info to reach out.
I want to talk. I haven't talked to Coyote, have I?
No.
Because when you couldn't talk to him on that. But he did see my picture, didn't he?
I think so. I know. But
well, if you send Chandler a message, tell him that you spoke to me. Yeah. And that I recommended that, he talks to you. And I mean, I can even talk to him for you and get him to agree to do a little video thing here with you.
That'd be great.
But he's actually pretty easy to reach. You can reach him through his Facebook, YouTube, whatever. I'm told that he answers, people's questions.
Okay.
Wait, where does he?
But let me know if you have a hard time reaching them, and I can reach out for you.
Okay. Yay. We can do that. Mm-hmm. Cool. You excited just a little bit? You're getting like squirmier.
You might need to give me a chill pill because.
All right.
Okay.
We'll reach out and see if we.
Yeah, if you have any problems reaching them, let me know, and I'll help you out with that.
Awesome. We will do that. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And like I said, if you get more questions, write them down, and we can always do this again sometime.
Cool. Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Have a
Have a
great
good
night.
night. And have a happy new year too. Stay safe.
You too.
Bye now.
Bye.